Hi guys. I think we're live. Yes. Happy Monday. Just gonna give, like always, a couple minutes for some people to come on. I truly am not sure what we'll end up with today, but hopefully, if you guys aren't able to join me live, you can join at a different time when it does work for your schedule. The day after Easter did not end up putting much reminder out that this class was even happening. So yeah, I hope that you guys kind of have it in your schedule Mondays and Fridays at 9:30 with me. Also to note, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Josie is teaching, and Wednesday is the lovely Megan. So Wednesday, Megan is at, I believe, 10:45 is the first class, and that's a really nice back-to-back class. She does a restorative afterwards, so if you can just, take a chunk of the late morning, early afternoon, and get on your mat, definitely tune in with Megan. She's amazing. So everyone is great. Anyway, happy Monday, guys. So how are you waking up? Little check-in. I'm waking up well, and honestly feeling like I'd love to go deep in my body, at least. Some days that doesn't happen. Some days you wake up and just need to kind of get your body moving and check in with each posture, check in with your breath, check in with how your body is showing up. Some days you wake up and you're like, let's do this. So however you woke up this morning, just feel it, okay? Feel it, notice, take an account of what your body is giving to you, and honor that. I'm going to honor my body feeling ready to kind of go deep, and I'm going to take my body into that space. Being mindful of breath, being mindful of positioning, and being mindful that some positions and some shapes, just even though I want to go deep here, maybe here, my body's like, question mark, I'm not sure that we're ready for that. So please listen. Traditional Hatha flow, again, every Monday. My intention with this flow is honestly tradition. It's the same flow. For me, that is just so lovely because you can just tune into your body. You know what's coming. The more you practice it, the more you know what's coming, and the more your body's like, yep, that's how it's going to feel, especially afterwards. If I have any runners in the interwebs that are watching, that kind of runner's high that sometimes when you don't necessarily want to put your running shoes on because you just aren't sure you're motivated for it, sometimes you can think about that after effect and go, yep, I want that, so I'm going to still go and lace up my shoes and do that. So that's what we're after. Knowing how good your body feels afterwards is really where we're headed. So gosh, I should stop talking. This class, if I taught it front to back, would be an hour and 45 minutes. I swear I'm going to do it one day. My mentor in San Diego, who I just adored, I would go to class at least twice a week for an hour and 45 minutes. It was just the most delicious time of my life. I loved every minute of it. Anyway, maybe one day I'll do a special and let you guys know that you need to stay on your mat for longer. But until then, we will squeeze in as much as we can for this hour. So please join me on your mat. We're going to start with a couple of breaths. So you could be standing at the top of your mat, interlacing your fingers. Place them under your chin. You're going to take an inhale, and as you exhale, let your elbows come together. With your next inhale, elbows will rise out to the side, keeping your shoulders down into your back pockets. Full inhale, gaze up to the ceiling, open mouth exhale, hands will start to come together. Elbows will come together to finish your exhale. Look forward for your next inhale, elbows reaching out to the side. Full deep inhale. Look up to the ceiling, open mouth exhale. Keep breathing at your own pace, trying to get as much inhale as you can, and blowing out full exhale. filling up fully. Emptying out fully. 2 more. Inhale. One more. Releasing your hands by your sides. Take an inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. And exhale, forward fold, coming into either hands toward the ground. You can heel toe your feet hip width apart here and just falling down in your forward fold. Shaking your body side to side, maybe some deep knee bends. Okay, tune in to how your body feels. Take one more full breath. At the end of your exhale, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, half lift, long spine, lengthening and strengthening. Right leg will step back, drop your knee down. We're going to stretch out right hip flexor here. So lengthening, pushing the hips toward your front heel. You can pop up here, hands onto your quadricep if you like that a little bit better, tucking your tailbone under, pushing hips toward the front heel. Take one more breath. Find your inhale, plant your hands down by your foot. Exhale, downward facing dog. So reaching your tailbone back, maybe pedaling your feet out here, pressing one heel to the ground at a time. Rocking your hips side to side. Finding some length to your spine, openness to your shoulders. Notice that your hands are about shoulder width apart. Stay for one more breath. On your next inhale, come up onto your tiptoes, let your knees slide to the ground, dive your chin to the ground as you scoot forward into upward facing dog. Lift your knees, roll your shoulders back, reaching through your big toes here. Take an inhale and exhale, downward facing dog, leading with your tailbone. Right foot will step forward to your right thumb. Drop your left knee down, coming to the other side here. So you could pop your hands up. Push your hips toward your front heel, shoulders down and relaxed. Feeling your breath. Lower belly is lifting. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, forward fold. Back foot meets your front foot. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. Again, exhale, forward fold. Moving a little quicker here. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Take your left leg back, drop your knee. Just one inhale. Exhale takes you to downward facing dog, leading with your tailbone open through the shoulders. Up on your toes, knees slide to the ground. Dive your chin to the ground as you keep your bum high. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your left knee come forward, right knee comes down. Just an inhale. And exhale takes you to forward fold. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, gaze toward your thumbs. Exhale, fold. One more time, both sides. Inhale, half lift. Right leg steps back, drop your knee. Just an inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take it up on your toes, let your knees come down, dive your chin to the ground. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Root to rise. Inhale. Finding depth with each exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Left leg steps back, drop your knee. Just an inhale here. And exhale into your downward facing dog. Take it up on your toes, let your knees come down, dive your chin to the ground. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg steps forward, right knee down. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Bend your knees into chair pose, Utkatasana. Let your tailbone slide toward your heels just slightly and lift your lower belly up. Good. Shoulders are pulling down into your back pockets. Stay for one more breath. Root down through your heels a little bit more as you inhale, arms high. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, step back to plank pose. Strong and engaged plank pose, tuck your tailbone under. Feel your rib cage hugging up and in. We'll take chaturanga, either toes or knees. Elbows will go straight back. Coming down halfway, inhale into upward facing. Exhale into downward facing dog. Coming into warrior one on your right foot forward. So left toes slide out to 11 o'clock. Right foot will come to meet your right thumb. Inhale up, warrior one. So working your hips here, letting your right hip crease slide back as your left hip crease comes forward. I feel like I need to turn my mat just a little bit. I hope this is still working. So you're breathing into your warrior one. I'm doing a little remodeling. 2 seconds. Oh, getting this figured out, situated, is always a challenge. All right, take one more breath, y'all. Find an inhale and move through your flow on your exhale. Hands come down, step back. Fire up your plank, strong and engaged. Come into your chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing. Exhale into downward facing. Coming into the other side, right toes will slide out toward 1 o'clock. Left foot comes to meet your left hand. Inhaling up. Setting your posture here with your exhale. Notice how your lower belly can lift and root through your back leg with your lower belly lifting. Breathing strong into your warrior one. Stay for one more breath. Take an inhale, flow on your exhale. Hands will come down. Step back, find your plank pose, and then come through your flow. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths, down dog. Allow your breath to take you deeper into the pose, deeper into the resting space of down dog. Keeping a soft bend to your knees to help lengthen your spine without your hamstrings binding you, potentially, if you need that. Take one more breath. Squeezing out your exhale, look forward, step or float, feet to meet hands. You'll inhale, halfway lengthen, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale up, chair pose. And exhale, Samastihiti. We'll take that one more time. Bend your knees, root down. Inhale up, chair pose. Squeeze and knit your rib cage together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Step or float back to your plank pose. Come through your flow, chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left toes slide out toward 11 o'clock. Right foot meets your right thumb. Inhale up. Set your posture with your exhale. And then just be. Live in it for one full breath. Taking an inhale, move on your exhale. Hands come down, float back. And come into your chaturanga. Remember, knees are not a cop-out. They're a beautiful expression of your body. Use it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Coming to the other side, right toes slide out toward 1 o'clock. Left foot meets your left hand. Inhale up. Set your posture with your exhale. Full breath. Take an inhale, we'll flow on exhale. Hands come down, step back. Again, finding your strength here in chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, 5 breaths. Come back to your breath. Lifting your tailbone, Lower belly is lifting, rib cage knitting in together. One more full breath. Finish your exhale, look forward, step or float feet to meet hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale up, chair pose, lift your lower belly. And exhale, Samastihiti. Great warm up. Hopefully that felt really nice. Interlace your fingers, first fingers point up. Tuck your tailbone under. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, hips to the left, arms to the right, reaching long. Notice your right arm staying nice and hugged in toward your ear. Trying not to allow this to happen. Lift up a little bit if you need to. Notice that your hips are really pushing to the side, feeling the length to the side body. Keep reaching a little bit more with your right arm. Stay for one more full breath. Finish your exhale. Inhale is going to lift you. Take it over to the other side, hips to the right, arms to the left. I feel like my setup is shifting a little bit. Yep. One of these days we'll get it all figured out. You're still breathing, hopefully here. Keeping your left arm in. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale. Inhale will bring you out. Look, my arms aren't even in the picture. Sorry about that, guys. They're all the way up there. We're going to go backwards. So you'll look up toward your thumbs. Press your hips toward your front side of your toes. So notice your hips shift forward. Keep lifting up as you look to your thumbs and look back. So finding a little back bend here. Keep working that. Feel like my hands are on your lower back, lifting up as you kind of back bend around my hands. So keep thinking about that concept. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale. Inhale lifts you all the way up. Soften your knees, forward fold. Shake your head out. Walk your legs out. The next two postures can be done with your feet hip width apart or together. It's really up to you. You're going to bend your knees, lift your heels up, slide your hands underneath your heels, your fingertips. Let your elbows wrap behind your calves as much as you can. Take an inhale. On your exhale, forehead toward your shins, chin toward your chest, squeezing your elbows together. Really compressing. Try not to worry about trying to straighten your legs. It might work, but you might not quite get straight legs. Okay, we're really compressing in, letting your chin come toward your chest, rounding in. Stay for one more exhale. Finish your exhale, release. You'll lift your toes up and slide your fingertips or your full hand under your toes. Okay, up to your hamstring length and arm length. Take an inhale, long spine. And as you exhale, elbows will work out to the side as the top of your head comes toward the ground. And then notice if you take your shoulders and you slide your shoulder blades into your back pockets a little bit more, shift your weight forward to your toes. It's just like a little extra hot sauce, a little sriracha on that pose. Breathing length into your hamstrings. Stay for one more breath. Finishing your exhale, release your hands. Tuck your tailbone under as you roll it up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Finishing with shoulder rolls up at the top. Let your shoulders come up by your ears, up and back. Interlace your fingers behind. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift your sternum, lift your heart. Gaze up and back, squeezing your shoulders together behind you. One more breath. Finish your exhale and release. All right, I know the time is going to be fast for me, so let's go ahead and start with our balancing postures. Gardasana Eagles first. Inhale, arms high. As you exhale, let your right arm come underneath your left cross and lift your hands so that the palms will come together. You might be here grabbing onto your shoulders, completely fine. You're trying to let your elbows either come right in line with each other or a little bit past. Let your elbows press toward your chest. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, sit down. Your right leg is going to go over your left at your knee. Stack them as much as you can. You can use your toe like a little kickstand here. You can lift your toes, squeezing your knees together, bending into your standing leg, or wrap around behind. Notice yourself coming from a hinged forward position to a chest up, tailbone tucked under, rib cage knit in. Squeezing your armpits down, squeezing at your elbows, stacking and squeezing your knees. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale and change. Unwind, going right into the other side. As you exhale, left arm will cross underneath, and then wrapping up as tightly as you can. Press your elbows toward your chest, armpits down, inhale, long spine. As you exhale, bend down. Left leg on top of right. Tap the toe, lift the toe, or wrap it behind. Again, working here on coming from this hinged forward position to lift it up. Still pressing your armpits down. Notice your tailbone tucking toward your standing heel as much as you can. Feel your lower belly toned. Stay for one more exhale. And change, unwind, inhale. And hands through heart center. Standing head to knee. Ground through your your left leg, sorry. I'm going to try to mirror you. I'm growing. Right leg is going to lift. Hopefully I'm mirroring you well. All right, stay lifted out of your standing leg. Standing leg is as straight as you can make it. Stay in whatever layer works best for you. You can interlace your fingers, place them on top of your shin. Lift your head as you pull your hip back into the hip socket. Notice your heart pulling forward there. Maybe stay there or curl. Lower belly is going to lift up as you curl forward. Slide your fingertips under your flexed right foot. Find stability before you push your foot into your hand, extending toward the front of the room. Your hip reaches toward the back of the room with your toes pulling toward your face. Full extension is up to your hamstring. Keep your hip working backwards as much as you can. Maybe let your elbows wrap around the outsides of your calf as you curl in for standing head to knee. One more exhale. Slowly peeling back through the layers. Did you like that slow? That last little bit of slow? It's good, right? All right, come to the other side. Well done. Grounding through your right foot, left leg will lift. Feel your lower belly active. Feel stable in your balance. Interlace your fingers on top of your shin as you lift up. I feel like I'm losing my setup again. Like it's starting to fall on me. All right, here we go. Maybe I'm moving around too much. From here, maybe you'll curl in. Take your fingertips under your flexed foot, lifting up. Push your foot into your hand as you extend toward the front, hip toward the back. Left hip coming back, toes to your face. Feel your lower belly lifting. Feel your head lifting. Elbows wrap around the outsides of the calf as you curl in, forehead toward your shin, toward your knee. Keep breathing. One more exhale. And slowly release. That side didn't love me quite so much. Hopefully you felt a little bit more even. All right, bow pulling pose, standing bow. Left arm high. Step forward with your left leg. Right arm is going to hitchhike out to the side. You'll grab onto the inside of the right foot. Let your knees come together here. I'm going to face you just a little. From here, push your foot into your hand, lift your knee. Feel that extension of your spine. Reaching up through your hand as you hinge at your left hip. Feel your right hip lifting as your left hip reaches back. Gazing in between your middle two fingers. Energy reaching out as energy's lifting up. Couple more breaths. One more exhale. And slowly change, lifting back up. Release, coming to the other side. Grounding. Take your hand out, right arm high. Grab onto the inside. From here, push your foot into your hand. Lift your knee, lift your foot. Feel your right hip crease coming back as you extend forward. Keep lengthening. Energy in all the directions, reaching through your right fingertips. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale and change, release. Well done. All right, we'll take warrior 3 to finish. Grounding through left leg, right leg back. Hands to your hips, hands maybe out to the side, or steeple mudra hands, interlacing your fingers, first fingers point up. Choose what's going to make you feel strong in this posture. With your left hip crease sliding back, right hip crease is going to point toward the ground. Reach back as you hinge, working your upper body parallel to the ground, potentially without compromising. So if your leg is a little bit slow behind you, lift your upper body to match so that you have straight lines. Okay, try not to get worried about how low you go. Think about a long lever and then rotating down. Hold for one more breath. Finish your exhale. Inhale lifts you up. Step back to meet your back foot. Step forward with your right leg. Left leg back. Let your left hip crease come down as you hinge forward. Reaching your left leg back, hinging forward. Nice long spine again. Feel your lower belly actively lifting. Reach through the inner left line of your leg. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale and change, lifting all the way up. Well done, guys. Okay, here's where me mirroring you gets really difficult for me. Come onto the left side of your mat. If you want blocks, they would be at the front of your mat on either end so that you can access them. All right, we're going to step out with your right leg. Toes in, heels flare out. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, wide leg forward fold. I'm going to give you a couple of options here. Hands can stay grounded. You could try to walk your hands back in line with your toes and then pushing the mat forward. Elbows reach back as your tailbone comes forward. You might take a bind and slide your first two fingers in between your big toe and your first toe. Elbows would reach out to the side. Again, sliding your shoulders into your back pockets to feel nice and long through your spine. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, walk your hands out halfway. Inhale, hands to hips, exhale. Inhale all the way up. We're going to bend into your right leg. We're going to change up the order just a little bit. Usually we start with a triangle today. Today I'm going to start with warrior 2. So tuck your tailbone under, bend into your front leg. Strong in your back leg. Arms are going to extend out, rib cage nice and strong. Shoulders down. Feel strong in your warrior 2. Make sure your knee is pushing back just slightly. So if you feel like you need to lift your hips up, to let your knee be in line with your ankle, let that happen. From here, we'll take side angle pose. Forearm could go to your thigh as you extend, trying to draw straight lines from all the way from your fingertips down to your toes. Maybe you'll take your elbow to the inside of the knee and trying to open up your chest and lift toward the ceiling. Notice the triangle shapes, trying to maintain triangles here. Maybe dropping down into your extended side angle. Still feeling your heart lifting. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, inhale, bring you back up to warrior two, and rotate to the other side. So heel to arch alignment, I failed to mention that on the other side, quite important. Bending into your left leg, tuck your tailbone under. Feel your rib cage knitting in together nice and strong, arms extend. Setting up your warrior two well before you move into side angle. Take the same shape that you took on the other side, similar intention, okay? If you're here, but on the other side you were here, that's okay. Okay, this is still a layer of the posture. Maybe coming all the way down into extended side angle. Again, just because it maybe has a bigger word, extended side angle, doesn't mean you need to go there. Okay, listen to your body, feel it. Notice your thigh. If your thigh is about parallel to the ground, then yeah, extended side angle might work for you. If your thigh is kind of up here, then we're compromising lines. So trying to work the hips down and stay strong. One more exhale. Finish your exhale. Inhale is going to bring you back up and rotate back. Now we're going to go to triangle. So heel to arch alignment with your feet. Block would be on the inside of your front leg. I like to start hands on hips. Let your right hip dip down as your left hip lifts. Notice the shift here and how long you're going to extend through the left side body. As you keep lengthening, your hips will stop you. This front leg might be a little bit bent. You'll place your hand on your block, on your shin, on the top of your foot, maybe the ground, and rotate the rib cage as you gaze up. Squeeze the shoulder blades into your back pockets. Really using your back foot to lengthen through your spine. If you're feeling your inner thigh say lots of words to you, keep a soft bend to your knee. Let yourself be up here. Okay, this is great. You're still in the shape. One more exhale. Inhale is going to bring you back up and rotate to the other side. So we have a brand new side. So let's forget where our body looked in that other side. Let your hips shift. Right hip lifting. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Keep getting as low as you can. And then extend where you can. Feel your shoulders pulling into back pockets. Toning your lower belly. If your front leg is straight, be sure you're pulling your kneecap up into your quadricep. Make it nice and strong. Stay for one more exhale. Finish your exhale. Inhale will bring you back up. And we're going to rotate your triangle. So back toes are going to rotate to about 11 o'clock. Your hips are going to be square here. So right hip crease sliding back. Inhale, left arm high. As you exhale, hinge forward, reaching your tailbone back, straightening your spine as much as you can. Hand is going to come to the inside of your foot on either the floor or the block. Keep squaring your hips off. So drive your right hip crease back as your left hip crease comes forward, and then lift your shoulder, right shoulder on top of left, maybe extending the arm toward the ceiling. So you're working through square hips here, trying to rotate around square hips. Notice yourself grounding into your back leg as much as you can. This one's a tough one for sure. Stay for one more exhale. Release your gaze, unwind. Both arms are going to reach straight over your head, biceps framing your face as you inhale all the way up. And we'll change to the other side. Say hello to your IT band. Again, squaring off your hips. So your back toes are about 11 o'clock. Squaring your hips off. Inhale, right arm high. As you exhale, hinge forward. Letting your left hip crease come back as your right hip crease comes forward, hand to the ground. As you inhale, long spine. As you exhale, twist toward your front leg, extending left arm up toward the ceiling. I really hope I'm still mirroring you guys. I'm trying. Keep feeling your hips as square as possible. Back heel is still grounded. Front leg might have a little bend to it. Stay for one more exhale. Finish your exhale. Release your gaze. Unwind. Both arms are going to reach straight over your head, framing your face as you inhale all the way up. And we're going to rotate into crescent lunge, right leg forward. Back toes are going to be down, heel will lift here. This can also be done on your back knee. Okay, use this if this feels better for your body. So either on the knee or back leg extended, back leg bent a little bit. Right hand on your right hip, left arm high. We're going to take twisted prayer. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, right elbow to the outside of the knee. Sorry, left elbow to the outside of the knee. And then take your twist. So we're working your hand right in front of your sternum. Maybe taking your opposite hand and placing it in. Push so that you can rotate, feel your twist. We're rotating again around square hips. So drive your right hip crease back as you twist. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, you'll release your gaze, unwind the body into your crescent lunge, and then come to the other side, rotating here. I think you have your left leg forward. So hard to mirror into a screen. All right, bending into your crescent lunge. Let's inhale, right arm high. And as you exhale, take your elbow to the outside of the knee. Feel your lower belly have to lift, disappear your belly into the twist. Place your hand into your other hand. Sometimes hands are here. We're trying to push with your top hand to get your hands in front of your heart center. Keep reaching through your back leg so you're squaring your hips off. Notice how your exhale can help secure your twist a little deeper. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale, release your gaze, unwind, inhale back up into crescent lunge, and release out. We're going to come into tree pose. I'm going to go ahead and pass up our pyramid pose so we can get onto the ground. Really nice work, guys. Tree pose. If you want to walk over if you have a window by you, feel free to. We'll start with your right leg, ground through your left. Notice your toes either coming to the ground, maybe sliding up to the inside of the calf, maybe sliding up heel to the inside of the thigh. So try not to miss the groundedness of this posture. Apparently my balance isn't happening so well. So find your balance. Work to a place where you can feel steady, rooted through your standing leg. Feel your breath. Let your breath calm your body, calm your mind. Connect with your exhale. One more breath. Let your knee come forward to release. Other side. Matching intention and shape as much as your body will let you, bringing wherever you can. Still breathing. Notice your shoulders being released down, growing a little bit longer through the back of your neck. Feeling intention with your breath, centered. Even though the world around us feels very shaky, we can stay centered and rooted, grounded in our breath. One more exhale. Finish your exhale, let your knee come forward to release. I hope that felt as good on you as it did on me. We're going to lay down quick mid-class Shavasana, or a little bit after mid-class, but anywho, a Shavasana nonetheless. Find a shape on the ground that allows you to just melt for a couple of breaths. If you feel like I need to lose you into a full Shavasana for the rest of class, by all means, you take that. We won't even hear you snoring if you decide that you need that. Okay, take what you need. However your body showed up for you today, please honor it with your breath. Be kind with the words that you tell yourself. Choosing to remind yourself that you're still showing up on your mat. Whether it feels very difficult or you felt very open and you went deep, it just is a different day. So we celebrate all of them. One more exhale. If I haven't lost you to sleep yet, take your right knee, bring it up. You're going to slide your right knee off to the side of your rib cage, trying to tuck it toward your right armpit. Left toes will flex up toward the ceiling. We'll just be quick here. If you need longer in these shapes, by all means, okay? From here, you're going to center up your knee, hug it into the midline, maybe interlacing your fingers on top of your shin, pull it in nice and tight. Shoulders are still relaxed. The back of your neck is long. On your next inhale, let your forehead curl up, rounding toward your knee. Just your core is getting you there. So try not to pull with your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down. Feeling your lower belly press down. Stay for one more exhale. You'll release your hands toward the ground. Leg will go straight up, flexing your toes to your face as you slowly lower all the way down, keeping your core doing all the work here. And we'll release the head back down. Left leg comes up. Try to hug the left knee toward your armpit, right toes pointing up toward the ceiling. And breathing. Center up your knee, hug it right into the midline. Feeling your lower belly potentially pressing up against your thigh. On your next inhale, curl and round up. Forehead toward your knee, shoulders staying down. One more exhale and let your hands come down by your sides. Left leg will go straight up, flex your toes to your face and slow lower all the way down. Challenging your lower core. Head comes down once your leg's down, and then both knees are going to slide up. Try to, again, tuck them into your armpits. But we're going to keep a nice long spine, so intentionally lengthen the back of your neck. Notice your chin kind of tucking in, almost like you're making a double chin here. Great reset for your spine. Stay for one more breath. Let your knees come together, interlace your fingers, hug your knees in toward your chest. On your next inhale, curling up, forehead will come up toward your knees. Again, it's just your core getting you there, so shoulders are relaxed, chest is relaxed. Stay for one more exhale. Release your hands down, both legs come up, flexing your toes to your face, and slow lower all the way down. Check in with your belly button, push it to the front of your spine, and release. We'll do a yogi sit-up here. Arms are going to come over your head. Take an inhale, feel nice and long, and as you exhale, reach to the ceiling with your exhale, sit up, and then into your forward fold, one more exhale. Walking your hips back slightly. And we'll do our back strengthening. So you're going to lay on your back. Your head goes to the front of the class. Okay? I don't know what that means today or here, but that's usually what I would say. Legs are down, are back, tops of your feet are on the ground. Hands underneath your shoulders for Bhujangasana Cobra. Forehead down. As you inhale, feel your spine get nice and long, and as you exhale, lift up through your back body. Feel your core solid here. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Feel like you're pressing a piece of paper in between your thighs and holding it there. Keep lifting on your exhale. Challenge the strength of the low back. Stay for one more full breath. Finish your exhale. Release your hands off the ground. Slow lower all the way down. Left ear to the ground. Arms can reach by your sides. One breath. flip your palms so your palms are down. Slide your arms away from your body about 45 degrees. Again, we're going to squeeze the legs together, forehead down. On an inhale, feel long as you reach through the crown of your head, through your toes, through your fingertips. And exhale, lift up. Arms, legs, head, and chest. So keep reaching as long as you can, like someone's pulling from either end. All the ends on your wrists, on your feet, top of your head. As you're lifting up, keep squeezing inner thighs together. Stay for one more breath. Strengthening all those little parts. As you exhale, right ear into the ground. Relax, shake it out. One more, you're going to bend your knees, grab onto the tops of the feet from the outside. Forehead back down, take your knees as close together as you can. Keep them active in toward the center line as much as possible. Push your foot into your hands. That will lift your head up and your heart up. Lift your knees, floor bow. So notice how your glutes really want to spread wide your knees. Let's try to keep your knees working back and up toward each other. They don't have to touch quite so much, but just toward each other. Keep pushing your feet up, lifting up as much as you can. Stay for one more breath. Finish your exhale. Slow release. Try not to boomerang your legs. Stack your hands one on top of the other. Forehead down on your hands. Maybe windshield wipering your legs out here. All right, release your hands underneath your shoulders. Flip your toes under. Take an inhale and push up through plank on your exhale. Maybe choosing to stop with your knees, start with your knees and then come into your plank. And then we'll shift into downward facing dog. Notice if your down dog feels a little bit longer, a little more open. Finish your exhale, bring your knees up toward your thumbs, so all the way up to your thumbs here. Knees are in, heels open wide. So I'm going to face you so you can see that. You might have a block underneath your bum. Take your calves, roll them out, and try to wiggle your bum right in the center here. So you might be sitting on a block, you might sit on 2 blocks, you might not have blocks, but you might live up here, okay? Just listen to your body. This one's tough for a lot of bodies. Took my body quite a bit of time to get here. So be kind. Once you're here, maybe you'll lift your hips up a little bit, tuck your tailbone toward your knees as you start to lower back. So coming onto your elbows maybe going all the way back, laying all the way back on your back. I've run out of room, so I'm going to just stay right here. Keep working your knees together. Again, this is one that the body wants to do this, and then we potentially compromise. If your knees start going out, you compromise the insides of your knees here. This isn't the best shape for them, but getting them in together is okay. So we want to keep working that shape. Stay for your last exhale, and then we're going to lift back up. Release out of that. Take it nice and slow. Shake your legs out. Come through down dog if you like that. When you're ready, come back onto your knees for camel. So you'll lift up here. Hands can be on your hips. They can be fingertips into your back pockets, or maybe reaching back for your heels if that version is available for you. You'll lift from your heart center, get nice and long. Feel your hips push forward. As you keep lifting through your heart, gaze up toward the ceiling, look up and back. Keep exaggerating your shape of your low back here. Maybe reaching back for your heels and opening more. One more breath. Finish your exhale, slow release, lifting all the way up on your inhale. Hips toward your heels as you release your hands back toward your heels as well into a child's pose, knees together.
Finish your exhale. You'll grab onto your heels from the outside. Take a nice firm grab. As you exhale, lift your hips up off your heels. Tuck your forehead toward your knees and feel like your sternum, your heart center, is lifting up toward the ceiling from the inside of your body. Big stretch across your shoulder blades. One more breath. Finishing your exhale, slowly release.
And we've arrived at pigeon, kind of my version that I learned has pigeon in it sometimes, and I usually like to keep it in. So let's go through a downward facing dog. With your inhale, let your right leg lift high as you stack your hip. Heel will flex toward your bum. Stay as square as you can through your shoulders here. So notice your left shoulder lifting as you point your right armpit toward the ground, just like down dog shoulders. On your inhale, straighten your legs, square your hips off as you send your foot toward your left wrist, your knee toward your right wrist. Now I'm not going to stay here for a really long time. Use your back leg to sink you down. If you need to stay here for a little bit longer, feel free. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, feel yourself get nice and long as you lower back down. Back toes can release, lowering wherever feels right for your body. Ooh, this shape is showing up a little different for me. Maybe we should stay here for a long time. Take 3 more breaths, guys.